title. Feminism is. Hello, Charity. Hello. Feminism is Muslim women. Okay. I just want to pin the title before I start. Aaisha Dadi. Okay. Done. Hello. Hi. Happy Monday. Well, fake Monday. Happy Tuesday. Today is Feminism Tuesdays, and I am reading from Feminism Is, which is also edited by, I must actually just put it in the comments. This is an anthology. It's edited. I will put it up on the IGTV after when I save this video. It's edited by Jen Thorpe. Okay, so Jen Thorpe also edited this one, which is the latest one, which is Living While Feminist: Our Bodies, Our Truths. Hello. Hi, Samu. Hey, everybody. Hi, Tabi. Oh, okay. So, Charity says this is on her to be read list. Which one? Both of them. Okay. So I'm reading from Feminism Is, which was the first one. This was released in 2018, and this one was released earlier this year, just before the lockdown. Every Tuesday I've been reading from either or any feminist texts. So if you do have suggestions for me to read, even if it's online, if it's on an online magazine, you can let me know, then I can read for everybody. Then we share new authors. I like this anthology because, hi Jane, hello, hi everybody. Oh, Feminism Is. Okay, so Charity says she's got Feminism Is. I did not have the second one, but I'm definitely adding it. Okay, great stuff. This one is also amazing because I feel like this one has more. Yes, this also exposed me to a lot of writers that I wasn't aware of, but this one is like, maybe it's because I'm biased because I've got like people I know in here, so I was like, and I was actually glad that I got it just before the lockdown, because remember initially the stores weren't open, so that was also nice just to have that physical copy. But yeah, okay, I will add this up onto IGTV and on the YouTube channel after I'm done. Yes. So today we're reading from Aaisha Patel's essay titled Feminism is Muslim Women Talking Back. And Aaisha Dadi Patel has a penchant for getting angry about misrepresentations of Muslim women. She began her career as a journalist at 20 and as a part of the Daily Vox has made a mark on a South African media landscape covering everything from politics to polar bears. She is passionate about issues concerning gender and Islam and is currently completing her MA in Media Studies at Wits University. And you can follow her on Aaisha Dadi Patel. her full name is on the pinned comment, so that's where you can actually get her. So this is Feminism is Muslim Women Talking Back. If we're going to talk about feminism, we need to understand that the term has different meanings for different people in different contexts, and that's okay. When it comes to talking about feminism in Muslim circles in particular, people get a bit uncomfortable. From our own observations, I would attribute this to two things, both of which ultimately come down to lack of education above anything else, really. First, the fact that people interpret all feminism to mean being an angry woman who hates men and burns bras, and second, the fact that there are varying views on what it is that constitutes Muslim feminism. Let's contextualize a bit. The key difference between liberal understandings of feminism and Muslim feminism arguably lies primarily in the fact that while the former is rooted in principles of equality to men, Muslim feminism as a form of intersectional feminism is rooted in principles of social justice. Liberal and much white feminism has historically worked on the assumption that women's only struggle was that they were not regarded as equals to men. It was and is exclusionary in its very nature because it does not consider broader structural issues such as race, socio-economic status, sexuality, and gender binaries. It is not intersectional, and so its lens of interpretation is limited. Muslim feminism, on the other hand, as a form of intersectional feminism, operates within the framework of religious constraints. It acknowledges that Muslim women have rights afforded to them by their religion and supports the advocacy for justice and fulfillment of these rights against oppressive cultural and patriarchal delusions of the faith. At the same time, though, there isn't a single strain of Muslim feminism. There are varied ideas of what it is, and it means different things to different people. There is room for plenty of multiplicity within its intersectional space. That's where liberal understandings of feminism and Muslim feminism can clash. As a result of the conflation of culture, and especially elements of culture, such as patriarchal customs and religion, when it comes to the interpretation and practice of the religion, Islam is often automatically perceived as a patriarchal and oppressive space for women. When liberal feminists have a knee-jerk response that involves taking matters into their own hands and applying their own ideas to the situation, instead of actually engaging with the Muslim women at the center of it, it's obvious that full understanding will be impossible. Muslim women are not a homogeneous group with a single identity and do not have a homogeneous struggle. Muslim women come in all shapes, sizes, nationalities, and races. Muslim woman does not equal brown veiled woman. But liberal feminism doesn't always see or realize this. And this is one of the biggest reasons why many Muslim women reject the word feminism. They see it as an oppressive force that is coming in and stripping them of their agency and free will to have a lived experience of their choosing. When looking at history and facts, who can blame them? Look at the way that French women rallied support for the Burqa ban, or former U.S. First Lady Laura Bush justified the invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 as a means to save the women. But that is not just, and it's not about equality. liberal feminism's narrative of saving these women is one that is very damaging, as it denies Muslim women their agency and stereotypes them as oppressed, ill-informed, and submissive. This is not very feminist at all. So how do we deal with reconciling the ideas of feminism in Islam? The concept of an Islamic feminism is controversial. Is it an oxymoron? Poses Lila Abu Lugod. Abu Lugod acknowledges the danger of reinforcing the cultural opposition between fundamentalism and feminism, and argues that feminism is not exclusively something tailored for the West. Although there is contestation around the validity of such an ideology, Asma Balas articulates the ways that Islamic feminism, framed as a discourse of gender equality and social justice, has the potential to be more widely accepted amongst Muslims. Rifat Hassan refers to Islam's holiest text and makes the case for how Islam prescribes equality for both men and women in the Quran. She notes, not only does the Quran emphasize that righteousness is identical in the case of man or woman, but it affirms clearly and consistently women's equality with men. This is reiterated by Margot Bardan, who notes that Islamic feminism is built upon Quran-centered discourse. They may differ on the semantics, but the scholars do agree on one thing. Muslim women are going to need to define the terms of their feminism, and white feminism will not work for them. Leila Ahmed refutes Western feminism, claiming that it does nothing to advance the plights of Muslim women. She notes that although Western feminists have done a lot of good work to dispel myths of subservience, inferiority, and irrationality about white women, they often continue to subscribe to and perpetuate similar myths about Muslims, including Muslim women. So how do we move forward then as Muslim women who maintain feminist ideals and use a feminist framework to navigate the struggles that we have? It's very simple. We need to allow Muslim women to be the ones in charge of their own lives and their own narratives. South African male Muslim feminist Naeem Jina says the same thing. He argues that academic discourses around women and Islam need to accommodate their lived realities, not only the theory of what it means to be a Muslim woman. Most importantly, women need to be given a voice to describe this experience. This is relevant because men within Muslim communities also shoulder the responsibility of silencing Muslim women and depriving them of the voice, the platform, and the ability to speak for themselves. Muslim women live in a world that is constantly telling us that we cannot win. The fact that we aren't male is usually the factor that counts against us since birth, because we live in an exceptionally patriarchal world. If we aren't white, we're immediately marginalized. And headscarf clad? Oh, definitely oppressed. Just ask the French. In any intersectional context, the main thing to remember is that your struggles certainly do not have to be validated. Your anger is justified. You have the right to speak up for yourself against your own oppression and voice your opinion on your own struggle, just as you are allowed to be an ally to another struggle. You are the one who has to tell your own story. You are the one responsible for controlling your own narrative. And this is where feminism comes in. There is nothing as feminist as a woman's own voice telling her story. I often look to my own life when I think of this statement. My mother, a third-generation South African, was not given the chance to go to school past grade 7 for the simple reason that she was a girl. The male elders in her family made the decision that the acquisition of an education was not something that was important for girls, even though my mother had excelled at school. My mother had no say in the matter and spent her teenage years looking after the house and her siblings. She made a promise, though, that should she ever have a daughter, she would push her to be educated and strive for every opportunity that came her way. As fate would have it, she had 5 daughters, and each one of us remains driven by that very thing that silenced her. My mother doesn't call herself a feminist. She probably never will, and I understand why. But she maintains feminist ideals. She is independent in every way that a person can be, and is always encouraging my sisters and I to keep pushing and to do what we need to be empowered. Feminism is not something that needs to be declared openly by the people who believe in it, and the message that it sends to the world. There is space for multiplicity within feminism, and that is fine, and that is good. Feminists do not look a certain way only. Give us back our narratives and let us speak and talk back for ourselves. What could be more feminist than that? So that was Aaisha Patel's essay titled Feminism is Muslim Women Talking Back. Let me see. Hi everybody. I saw a few people coming in and greeting. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. No comments. So every Tuesday I read from feminist texts, and I hope that I will get some suggestions on some feminist online essays that I can read from instead of always hogging this book. I actually want you guys to go buy the two, because they're just as important as I've changed the way it looks now. New Daughters of Africa. So these are like those important books, I think. So maybe look through all the other IGTV videos that I've saved on Tuesdays, because every Tuesdays it's a feminist text Tuesdays. I will read from either this or Reflecting Rogue, or some of the essays in New Daughters of Africa. I think I'll do that. If I don't get any DMs with suggestions on feminist texts, I will keep on reading from this, but I actually do encourage you to go buy these books. So yeah, how's everybody? What are you guys reading? Are you actually reading? I wonder. So I am reading, I'm actually between books. I finally finished Bomboy, guys. Yeah. So we have a book discussion for it, I think, 2 weeks from now. But sure. Yeah. Hey. Yes, I put it away already, and yeah, I'm just like, so I'm reading. I actually remembered that I have a rule. I don't know if you guys also have the same rule, where if you read a fiction book this month, the following month you read a non-fiction. So that was my rule this year. I was meant to read non-fiction for every fiction title that I read. I was meant to read, or for every 2 fiction books I read, I was meant to read a non-fiction the following time, like the next book I would read after that. So Kumbu says, Bomb Boy, yes. Did you enjoy it? No, like Kumbu, not no, did I not enjoy it? I enjoyed it, but I struggled a lot with it. So, whew, but it's beautifully written, but in like you have to keep up with it. Ooh, like it. I worked. Hey, I mean, I read it from middle of July until I don't know Sunday. What's today? Tuesday. Yes, Sunday morning. And yeah, it was meant to be a July read, not August, and it literally like just dragged. I couldn't. I struggled. So I'm actually looking forward to reading The Woman Next Door from the same author, Yewande Omotoso. So yeah, I like buying books from the same author, and maybe I won't read it. Maybe I won't read The Woman Next Door within the next 6 months, but I am looking forward to reading it because I do have it. And yeah, I just like doing that. I like buying. If an author has like 6 books, I will like build a collection. Like I've got Alice Walker, and I haven't read anything after The Color Purple because I have this fear that it won't be as, I don't know, but yeah, I have that fear. So yeah, I'm supposed to be reading Queenie this month. So I have gone back to it. Remember, I read it for I read it 2-3 weeks ago as a sample. So I am gonna read this. I feel like my lighting is not nice today, but anyway, I'll work on it gradually. But yeah, what are you guys reading? Are you reading multiple books like I am? Here on my Goodreads. I went back to my Goodreads the other day to check, and at some point I was reading, but this I'm gonna go back to. Doctor. Okay, I can't say the title now because, yeah, I had an audience. Dr. T's book, the sexual guide to the guide to what? Now, why am I forgetting Dr. T's title? But yeah, this is what I was reading at the beginning of the year. Oh, a guide to sexual health and pleasure. I read it and I don't know what happened because I didn't even update it on Goodreads. So I need to start it again from scratch because, yes. I think this was also inspired. Oh, today's reading was actually inspired by a discussion I was having with, I don't know if it was the reading group, but I wanted to read texts by a Muslim woman because there is a book that is on sale at Bargain Books called It's Not About the Burqa. How do I even pronounce? I need to find out how do I pronounce the burqa. So there's a okay, hold on. Yes. So it's not about the burqa. Muslim women on faith, feminism, sexuality, and race by Mariam Khan. That's the reason why I decided to read Aisha's essay. I need this book. It's on sale at Bargain Books for 70 Rand. So if your local Bargain Book still has it, maybe get that and then we can co-read later on in the year, or we can, because it's an anthology, so maybe we could actually read it here as well. So I'm thinking of getting that. If you're wondering what these books are, books I got from not Bargain Books, Blackbird Books. So Blackbird Books is running a Women's Month special. If you buy 5 books by women from their website, blackbirdbooks.africa, there's a 50% discount on 5 or more. So I bought 5 or more. I think I bought 7. But yeah, 2 was from gentlemen. But anyway, yes. So I bought that. So you must support. Yeah. I think after Queenie, I'll take a break. I'll probably read after because it's fiction. I'll probably read nonfiction. Yeah, I'm really, really trying to get into nonfiction because I do have a lot of nonfiction work on my shelf. So yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, guys, I will see you tomorrow for the Gerald Kruk anthology reading at 5 o'clock. I hope you've had a restful, is it restful? Yeah, a restful weekend, long weekend. Yeah, and I hope that August is a better month for you reading wise. Let's yeah, I hope so. I hope we end up like reading. Jane says, congratulations on finishing Bomboy. Hey, Bomboy, guys. Hi. Okay. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. If you are gonna watch this on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing. I have managed to get to 70 subscribers. And when we get to 100, there will be a giveaway. Or maybe I should actually do a road to 100 subscribers giveaway. Yeah, that's a plan. But I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining, and this will be saved on IGTV and on the YouTube channel in the course of this evening. And if you are able to, please share the link. Please share the link on your socials. I have just posted Thursday and Friday's reads. On Friday, I read My Sister the Serial Killer. And I added it onto YouTube, and I tweeted about it on Twitter and Facebook. So yeah, I will see you guys on Wednesday tomorrow. Bye.